Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Film Box Podcast, a movie podcast where each week we reach onto our shelves and revisit the films we own on physical media, whether it's a classic we've watched countless times or a hidden gem we're seeing for the very first time. From VHS and DVD to Blu-ray and 4K, we're taking a look back at films throughout history, good or bad. I'm your host, Aaryn Souza, and I'm joined today by my good friends, Connor Jameson and Jasmine Chapatwala. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Doing good.
And today we're kicking off Spielberg Alien Movie Month by taking a look back at Close Encounters of the Third Kind from 1977. Let's get into it.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
All right, Close Encounters. This was one of 4 films made in the 70s by, or 5 films in the 70s made by Spielberg. So I wanted to go around the room, since we're not doing like choices, I guess, and just kind of get everyone's relationship to this movie. Jasmine, I'll start with you. What's your relationship to Close Encounters?
Saw it for the first time a month ago.
Oh,
and then
nice.
rewatched it just for this. Immediately called my mom after watching it for the first time, though she's a big Alien person. And she was like, yeah, like I love that movie. I used to like beg you to watch it all the time. So I do have more of a relationship with it than I realized. But
nice.
I'm very, very happy to talk about this movie today.
Wonderful. Connor, what about you?
I watched it for the first time at 6 a.m. today. So
there we go. We're fresh off the boat.
yeah, I'm fresh off the ship.
Yeah. Well, this was one of my overlooked Spielberg films for a long time. I watched it for the first time last year, at some point, and it kind of knocked my socks off a little bit. It's really interesting as like a time capsule of the 70s, but also like here's an alien movie, but also it's really not an alien movie. It's more of a family movie, like a about a family drama. Is really interesting. So we'll dive into that. But of course, we're talking aliens this whole month. So I got to ask, do you guys believe in aliens? Are they real?
Aren't we aliens if you really think about it?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. How deep?
I mean,
I do.
There's something out there.
There's something out there.
there's no way in a universe this big that we're the only life form out there.
I agree. Now, the real question is, have we made contact with aliens?
The government is trying to say we have.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up, but I was going to bring it up.
I think we probably have. We just wouldn't know about it.
Interesting.
We
Yeah,
might have.
I am in the opposite boat of like, yes, aliens probably exist. No, we haven't had contact with them. No chance.
They don't want anything to do with us.
We would know.
But think about all the pictures, man. Think about Area 51, man.
Okay.
What if they live among us? What if you're just saying that because you are one?
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, you got me. I'm a lizard person.
You never know.
So this was as I was kind of watching the movie, I had a bit of a realization that this movie, similarly to Jaws, does the thing where it doesn't show the creature until the end of the movie. So I wanted to ask, like, do you prefer when movies do that, when like I guess in this case the alien isn't shown or is hardly shown at all or isn't shown until the very end of the film, versus being like, you know, something like E.T., which we're going to talk about next week, where it's like this is the focal point of the film?
I mean, I have a take about the aliens in this movie.
Okay.
Where
so maybe we can save that. We can save that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the aliens aren't shown to the end, but like the UFOs are shown. So I feel like that's more of the big ticket thing that they're that's more of the shark, I would say.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, why don't we dive in to physical media into our Letterboxd. Physical media. I'm looking at my physical media right here. Let's dive into our Letterboxd. Jasmine, I'll start with you. What have you been watching lately?
So after the podcast last Saturday, I saw Obsession again. So for the third
Yeah.
time. Um,
Damn.
Yeah, I was with my friends. We were just hanging out, and then they said they hadn't seen it, and I was like, "Yeah, no, then let's go right now. Why not?" And so we did. Yeah, it was again great movie. I saw I Love Boosters,
Nice.
which was fun, and I feel like it's kind of getting lost in like the horror shuffle right now. But I think it's great visuals, super cool movie. Then I went to a screening of Pressure, which is the Brendan Fraser, Andrew Scott movie. I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And they were there. Brendan Fraser seems just like the nicest human being to ever walk this earth. Yeah, he went on like a 20-minute long rant.
Experiences.
Oh yeah. He literally went on a 20-minute long rant about just like his relationship to like the weather in this movie. And I was like, yeah, and I'm like, you know what?
Good for
Why
you,
not?
man.
anything you have to say, we're all here for it.
Literally.
Rewatched Close Encounters, and then saw Backrooms.
Ooh.
Yeah.
High level, give me your thoughts on Backrooms.
This is a 5 out of 5 for me. People hate this movie. Hate it, which is crazy to me, but I love it. It reminds me of like a David Lynch movie. So that's why I'm very excited about it. And I feel like I don't hear enough people being like really excited about it, but it's a cool experience. Highly recommend.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but from what I'm understanding, it's one of those films that people are trying to like overanalyze and like figure out the why behind the movie, but really it's not one of those kind of movies. It is very Lynchian in that way of like, it's very surreal. It's very like things are happening and there doesn't have to be like a overarching why to it.
Yeah.
You just get to experience this vision that Kane Parsons has, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. And just really quick fun fact that I found out, and I think this is just something that is really cool about the Backrooms in general. His dad was a huge fan of Twin Peaks, and he had like basically the Red Room in his dad's house. And he grew up in that room and has no idea the significance of growing up in like the Backrooms, but the Twin Peaks version.
Lynchian times.
Lynchian Backrooms. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. And he's like, yeah, I've never seen it, so I have no idea what the significance is. I'm like, this was your destiny, my guy.
Nice.
But yeah, anyways.
Very cool. All right, well, do you have anything to drink?
I don't, just my water, typical,
Nice.
boring.
Nice. So I have seen 9 movies since we last recorded.
Whoa.
Starting off with I finally popped in a Criterion that I own of the film Crossing Delancey, starring Amy Irving, the Joan Micklin Silver film. Just knocked my socks off, man. This movie's great. It's a rom-com about a woman who works at a bookstore in New York, and she's trying to decide whether she wants to be with the hotshot author or the local pickle salesman. And it's fucking good, man. It's really good. The only thing that would have made it better is if Billy Crystal was in the movie, because it is like 99% Billy Crystal coded, and I can't believe he's not in it.
Is it New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Billy Crystal.
So immediately follow that up with When Harry Met Sally, because it's got the same vibe, and I needed some Billy Crystal. And that movie's just perfect. It's just amazing movie. Then I watched another Criterion movie that I don't own yet, but has been on my radar. It's called Saving Face. This is a film by Alice Wu, from 2004, essentially about the Chinese immigrant experience, and a woman who falls in love with another woman and has difficulties, with family dynamics and all of that kind of stuff. It's a very lovely little rom-com, or romance, I guess. Is more rom than com. But that was an awesome watch. And then I started diving into the Spielberg films that I need to catch up on, because we're doing some Spielberg stuff this month. So watched Minority Report. Hot take, I don't really like it.
Oh, wow.
I think it's fine, but I just hate the look of it. I hate how blown out everything is, and I know that was the objective. I just think it looks ugly. So follow that up with The Adventures of Tintin, which rocks. That movie is really good. And then Empire of the Sun, Christian Bale's breakout, was pretty good. Watched the short movie, The Backrooms, Kane Parsons' original Backrooms short, which is phenomenal. I mean, it's so good. It's very, very terrifying. Then I watched a movie that's been also on my my watch list for a while, called Baby It's You, from John Sayles, from 1983. I liked it. I thought it was fine. I bought a Blu-ray from Fun City Editions to watch it, because it wasn't streaming anywhere, and it was, a decent rom-com. I just didn't like the male lead. I thought that character was a major asshole.
Fair.
And then I watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and I have just a sparkling ice
Nice.
plus caffeine.
Nice.
All right, Connor.
Not to one up you, I've seen 10 movies since we
Okay.
last recorded.
Wow.
So after we finished recording last time, I watched Passenger. Did a full review of it, but basically my thoughts are, this is a fine middle class horror movie that I think you got to have your good, your bad, in the middle of the road ones.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like you, I watched a Criterion that I own that just have not gotten to, Paths of Glory, from one of the best, Stanley Kubrick. Phenomenal. I mean,
I need to
holy
watch
shit.
that.
Yeah, it's just incredible, just about the morality of man. Yeah, this was a 4 for kind of day. I think Aaryn was at a party. So yeah, this was a Hulu tension thriller night, because then I watched Hollow Road, which came out last year with Matthew Rhys and Rosamund Pike, about two parents. They get a call about their daughter who gets into a car crash. It's kind of like a one location thriller, and then it just takes like this really kind of sinister twist at the end. Kind of uneven, but like the ending half of that movie is absolutely phenomenal.
Nice.
Then with Nate, watch Good Boy.
Of course.
And let me just say this. Indy the dog, putting kid actors to shame. I mean, the fact that I could tell that dog's emotions just by like his facial reactions, and like a lot of kid actors can't even do that. Terrible.
That's pretty sick.
Shameful. Yeah. Get better, kids.
Damn.
Then for, I don't know what reason, I watched Rogue. It is a 2007 crocodile monster movie, where a group of tourists just get attacked by like a 20-foot crocodile on
It's
a tour.
shark adjacent, so I'm not surprised.
Listen, I like my creature features. And I wish more people got eaten, I guess. But next, watch They Shoot Horses, Don't They? This is this Sidney, or is this? Yeah, Sidney Pollack.
Yeah.
Little Great Depression era style movie about people entering like a dance competition where they just have to keep dancing until they drop, basically. Great look into the human mind. Really depressing at the end. took a couple days off, followed it up with Strangers on a Train from Hitchcock.
Nice.
Again, just the greatest at capturing tension in any second of a moment, basically. Then I watched Carrie from 76 from my guy at De Palma. Again, incredible at just capturing tension in the human mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like you, I watched The Adventures of Tintin. We'll talk about it, I know, on that episode, but yeah, that movie
we'll
rips.
get to it. Yeah.
And then Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Very
I got
nice.
a cold brew.
Ah, you got some coffee.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm learning some coffee things and seeing what works for me.
Are you a coffee drinker?
No, that's why I'm trying to see if maybe cold brew is my go-to now.
Fair. I'm the same way. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I just avoid it like the plague. All right, so we've already talked about whether or not we've seen this movie before by discussing our relationship to it. But I will ask, do any of you own this movie?
I do.
I also
not.
do. So Connor, why don't you start with your version?
Yeah, this is the one you gave me.
Yes, it is.
Collector's edition. Got little bear on the cover, Barry, about to get abducted.
Yeah.
What you got?
And I gave you that because we were out at a thrift store and I found this edition of Close Encounters, which is the what is it? The 30th anniversary Ultimate Edition box of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So in this edition, it comes with all 3 cuts of the movie. It's got the theatrical, the special edition, and the director's cut, which we did watch the director's cut for this version, for this podcast. So we're all on the same basis because there are some changes that happen. Inside too is a really cool booklet that has like essays and behind the scenes photos and really cool stuff, which is pretty dope. And then also inside, which I wanted to show off, I couldn't hang it up. I've got a whole thing that I'm going to be planning going forward for the set for movies, for the movies review, but I didn't have the ability to hang this one up yet. But it comes with the movie poster, which on the flip side has a cut comparison of all of the different cuts of the movie.
So gorgeous.
Which is pretty sick.
Interesting.
So that's my version of Close Encounters of the Third
Time's a charm.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And if you're not like me or Connor and you don't own this movie, you can watch it, but it's only available to rent. So it's not streaming anywhere. You have to rent it for $3.99 or whatever it is, which is a shame. And something I've noticed actually with quite a few Spielberg movies is that they're not available on streaming. You can only rent them on VOD, which all the more reason to own your physical media, because then you don't have to pay $3.99 whenever you want to watch something.
And you can go to your local movie guy and pay like $1 for a DVD.
Exactly. And you don't have to have the like 4K high quality, if you just want to own the movie and watch it, you can go to a thrift store and find a copy of Close Encounters or of E.T. or whatever, pay $1 or $2, and then you own it forever. And that's great. So
yeah.
We'll talk more about that as we talk more about Spielberg as the month goes on. But this movie, let's get into the details of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So, if you're unfamiliar with this movie, it is a 1977 American science fiction drama film directed by one Steven Spielberg. If you don't know who that is, well, you got a lot to learn, because he's done Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jaws, E.T., Saving Private Ryan, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, etc., etc., etc. Some of the most iconic films of all time belong to this man. Also written by Steven Spielberg, which is one of only a couple films that he has a writing credit on, which is notable for this film, and I'll dive into some of that as well. Cinematography by a man named I'm going to mess this up. Vilmos Zsigmond. Have you ever heard of Vilmos Zsigmond?
Nope.
Well, you've almost certainly seen movies that he's done. So he has shot films like McCabe and Mrs. Miller for Robert Altman. Deliverance, John Boorman's film. We just talked about Excalibur last week. Well, they worked together on his probably most well-known film, Deliverance. The Long Goodbye, which is one of my favorite neo-noir detective films of the 70s with Elliot Gould, also Altman. The Sugarland Express. So he worked with Spielberg. And then just a nice twofer here, The Deer Hunter, which is every dad's favorite movie, and Blowout, which is one of Connor's favorite movies. And I know you have it. Yeah, there it is. He's going to the stack. Yeah. There's the Criterion.
Trying to see if it's on the back.
So this guy has done... he's shot a lot of really prominent films in the 70s. He kind of fell off a little bit as he got close to the 90s and 2000s. Started directing some not so great films. But in the 1970s, the man couldn't miss. He was directing or shooting a lot of really great films. Distributed by Columbia Pictures, which I don't think they exist anymore. I just have to check that. Columbia Pictures is the flagship unit of Sony, so they do exist, but not really. They're a part of Sony. And in music, I'm adding a music category here because this movie has music by the great John Williams, who is only one of the greatest composers, if not the single greatest film composer of all time. Famous for movies like, Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., etc., 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 etc. Literally, like every major film score ever. How do you guys feel about John Williams? Fan? Big fan?
I don't know the guy.
Unfamiliar with his work?
I like John Williams' work personally.
We are going to be discussing him quite significantly throughout this month, so I figured I would add in his own category for music. This movie was released November 16th, 1977, with a runtime originally theatrically of 135 minutes. Then it was cut down to 132 minutes in the special edition, and then back up to 137 minutes for the director's cut. This movie had a budget roughly around 19 million. How much did it make at the box office?
Wait, did you say 19 or 90?
19. 19.
It was like a huge success.
And this is after Jaws too. So
this is after
Jaws. So Spielberg's already a big name. I'm gonna say 219.
I'm going 200 million.
I'm gonna break out the calculator real quick.
Okay, he's breaking out the calculator.
No, I did the math wrong. No, I'm in the twos. Let me say 280.
So in 1977, the gross was $116 million, which in modern day money is like over 300 million.
Okay.
I don't deal with 70s money. I deal with modern day money.
That's right.
So at the box office, can you tell me where this ranked in 1977?
Let me see.
1977. That's Star Wars year.
That is Star Wars year.
Oof, tough time to be a sci-fi film.
I'm like, maybe second. I'm gonna go second. It's got to be top 5.
Yeah, I'll say 8th.
Okay, so let's run down. I'll run you down, and I'll point out when it comes up. So here's the top 10, starting from number 10. Semi-Tough, $37 million. I don't even know Semi-Tough. Don't know what that movie is. Number 9, Annie Hall, 38 million. Woody Allen. We don't have to talk about him on this podcast, but that movie was a big hit. Number 8, Oh God. I've never heard of it, but it made $41 million. Number 7, The Spy Who Loved Me, $46 million. Number 6, The Deep, $47 million. Number 5, A Bridge Too Far, $50 million. Number 4, no, just kidding. It's Saturday Night Fever, $94 million. Number 3, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, $116 million.
Nice.
Then number 2, Smokey and the Bandit, 126, and then number 1, Star Wars made $307 million in 1977.
Yeah, so like a huge margin.
Yeah, bit of a blowout there, but that's okay.
While you have it up, what did Orca make? Now that
Orca?
I'm looking at now I'm looking at 1977 movies. I'm just curious.
Well, I don't have Box Office Mojo up.
That's okay. I'll look it up on my own time.
Orca, I have it up now. Orca made $14 million domestic.
All right.
In 1977.
Not too bad. I got my next watch.
Fair. Okay, well, that's the background, the behind the scenes of this movie. Connor, you got to run us through what the people thought about Close Encounters.
Yes, I do. So, I'm definitely not stalling because I don't have it pulled up.
Okay. Well, I can vamp if you need.
Nope, I got it.
All right.
So, I had it. So, sitting at a 91% with critics, 85% with the audiences, it is a very liked film. 7.6 on IMDb. Our close personal friend, Big Raj, gave it a 4 out of 4.
Wow, a perfect score.
Literally.
Oh, I got a cough.
Nice. Good start.
Thank you. And this was just the review for the director's cut. So I couldn't find anything for the original.
Okay.
But it's fine because that's the movie we're reviewing. He says, the movie gains impact in another way. Spielberg has tightened up the whole film. Dead ends and pointless scenes have been dropped. New scenes do a better job of establishing the characters, not only Dreyfuss, but also of Francis Truffaut as a French scientist.
Truffaut.
The new editing...
Truffaut.
Okay.
Francois Truffaut.
The new editing moves the film along at a faster, more absorbing pace to the mind-stretching conclusion. Close Encounters, which was already a wonderful film, now transcends itself. It's one of the great movie-going experiences. If you've seen it before, I'm afraid that now you'll have to see it again.
It's very true.
Nice. Yeah.
Very, very true.
Have you guys seen the other cuts of the movie?
No. I think I've only watched the directors, which I prefer to just watch the directors. The special edition I know is pretty well hated. Because the special edition ending is completely changed, where they actually showed Richard Dreyfuss going up into the ship and then showing the interior of the ship, and people are like, why do we don't need this? Leave it a mystery. So they cut that from the special edition.
I did look that scene up too, just because I was curious. It was nothing special.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of like takes the mystery away from the whole film.
Yeah, it's like you take the mystery away and then you don't really show anything special.
Right.
Just like dark and there's some like lights, but there's no like infrastructure.
Right.
People
Anyway.
were
not happy about it.
Fair. Anyway, we got our 4 for 4 from Raj. Now we need
the opposite review.
So, this one comes from Tales of the Wind on December 28th, 2019.
Oh,
So,
wow.
A little recent.
Close to release there, my guy.
Who says he joyfully and willfully abandoned his entire family. The music and effects all score a perfect 10, but he kissed Jillian, betraying his wife, and then sailed off with the spacecraft, voluntarily, completely abandoning his wife and 3 preteen children. Just walked away. Clearly, the boys already had issues when they thought their father's mental health was deteriorating. But, But the news of his abandonment and the whole neighborhood thinking that their father went insane beforehand should be the icing on the cake. He's selfishly abandoning forever a single stay-at-home mom with 2 angry sons and a confused, even younger daughter. Great writing, Spielberg. So happy that the dad was happy when the ending credits rolled. 1 out of 5. Not bad. Am I the only one to see this?
1 out of 5, not bad. No, I mean, we're going into what works, but the ending is absolutely brilliant. One of the best endings of all time.
It reminds me of like the Moneyball reviewers, like everything about this movie is perfect, but I just know Art Howe, and
yeah,
it hurt his feelings, so I have to give this a 1.
Just because you don't think you would do that doesn't mean that it wouldn't happen.
Yes, it's almost like the movie does not endorse abandoning your family for aliens.
Right. Okay, so before we get into what works, I have a special segment, I guess, that I just wanted to run through. Oh, I have a blank page in this.
I gotta read the plot
too,
buddy.
What? Oh,
I gotta
yeah.
do the plot.
Okay, so do the plot, and then I've got a special segment.
Okay. In 1977, French scientist Claude Lacombe, along with interpreter and cartographer David Laughlin, examined Flight 19, a group of United States Navy aircraft that vanished over the Bermuda Triangle in 1945, now found immaculate and abandoned in the Sonoran Desert. They later learned that the SS Cotopaxi has similarly been found abandoned in the middle of the Gobi Desert. Meanwhile, near Indianapolis, 2 airplanes narrowly avoid a mid-air collision with an unidentified flying object. In rural Muncie, Indiana, 3-year-old Barry wakes to find his toys operating on their own and the fridge ransacked and walks out of his house. Power outages cause the utility lineman Roy to be called into work, but he is stopped as he experiences an encounter with a UFO marking his face. He chases after it, nearly hitting Barry in the road, but before his mother Jill saves him. Roy becomes obsessed with UFOs and the image of a mountainous shape, leading to erratic, obsessive behavior which causes a divide between him and his family, leading to them leaving him. Jill also begins convulsively sketching the same mountain. Soon after, she is terrorized in her home by a UFO. She fights off aggressive attempts by unseen beings, but in the chaos, Barry is abducted. Lacombe, Laughlin, and their team discovered that the UFOs make distinctive sounds, a 5-tone musical phrase. Scientists broadcast the phrase to outer space, but receive only seemingly meaningless, repeating series of numbers in response. Laughlin eventually recognizes it as a set of geographical coordinates which point to Devil's Tower near Moorcraft, Wyoming. The U.S. Army evacuates the area around Devil's Tower while actually preparing a secret landing site for UFOs. Seeing the mountain on the news, Roy and Jill recognize it as the one they've been visualizing. Despite the evacuation order, they set out for Devil's Tower, but they are intercepted by the Army. They escape and eventually reach the mountain site just as UFOs arrive in the night sky. The specialists there begin to communicate with the UFOs by using lights and sound on a large electrical billboard. A mothership arrives, and when a hatch opens, various humans and animals are released, having not aged since they were taken, including World War II pilots, Cotopaxi sailors, and Barry, who reunites with Jill. Seeing Roy, Lacombe suggests preparing him for inclusion in the government's select group of potential visitors to the mothership. The aliens finally emerge from the mothership and select Roy to join their travels. As Roy enters the mothership, one of the aliens pauses for a few moments with the humans. Lacombe uses Kerwin hand signals that correspond to the 5-note tonal phrase. The alien responds in kind, smiles, and returns to his ship, which takes to the sky. And that's Close Encounters.
Okay,
Nice.
so I want to start with, because we're diving into what works. So this is one of the most personal Spielberg movies that he's ever made. And a running theme throughout his films, but especially some of these alien films, is this theme of family. So Spielberg, obviously, as a child, his parents got divorced and his dad left, and that messed him up pretty bad. And a lot of his films go into that relationship, and this is no different. And I'm just going to read you all. I have a list of all of the personal connections that this movie has to things that happened to Spielberg. So most obviously, the father who abandons his family for aliens signifies how Spielberg felt at the time about his parents' divorce. He was still in his 20s when he made Close Encounters, so he's still really young and still really feeling the effects of that divorce. The opening scene of the family sees them playing with model trains, which we see in The Fabelmans, is how Spielberg gets into filmmaking. He is inspired by The Greatest Show on Earth, and is given model train sets and begins filming those things. I just found it quite significant that, and he does that with his father. And I find it quite significant that at the beginning of this movie, when we first see Roy and his family, Roy is playing with the train set with his son. In his interview with Spielberg on Inside the Actors Studio, James Lipton suggested Close Encounters has another more personal theme. Your father was a computer engineer, your mother was a concert pianist, and when the spaceship lands, they make music together on the computer, suggesting that Roy Neary's boarding the spaceship represents Spielberg's wish to be reunited with his parents, which is, I think, true. Spielberg said I that wasn't the intention, but I think that's probably subconsciously where it's coming from. In one of the movie's most harrowing scenes, Roy Neary is sobbing in the shower and has a breakdown, and his son comes into the bathroom and starts screaming crybaby at him and slamming the door. This moment was pulled directly from Spielberg's own reaction to seeing his father weep for the first time. And then finally, this is the entire inspiration for Close Encounters right here. Spielberg is quoted as saying, "My dad one day woke me up in the middle of the night. I must have been 6 or 7 years old. We were living in New Jersey and it was summertime, and he brought me out in the dead of night. I was scared. Why does a father come into a room and say, 'Come with me' in the middle of the night, put me in a car and drive me to this park?" And there were a lot of people in the middle of the night on picnic blankets in the dark with some low-powered battery-operated flashlights. My dad wanted me to see the Leonid meteor shower, so I had a chance to suddenly develop an awareness that we are not alone. When you look up at the sky, your imagination immediately says there's something happening out there that we may not fully understand. And so that set him on the course to making this movie. So incredibly personal film for Spielberg, which I think is one of the, to tie this into what works, one of the key features of the movie is that it is a movie about aliens, but it's really a movie about his family. And that is just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. It it truly does feel, because like the aliens are only in it for, small amount, but what really transcends the screen is that familial struggle. And you can see it from not only Roy's perspective, but his family's perspective of Ronnie trying to like just keep everything in check, but also their kids trying to come to terms with their dad just kind of like mentally checking out on them. And something I kind of caught on too is like even before that UFO incident, he's already not really that checked in on his kids. Like that first scene is like he's not helping his son do math. They're gonna like planning like a little excursion. It's like, do you guys want to like watch this movie or do you want to play golf? And the kids are very loudly saying like, we want to play golf. And he's like, nah, we're gonna watch a movie instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think on that point too, Richard Dreyfuss is excellent in this movie as Roy. Perfectly plays the dad. We don't have actors that look like just normal guys anymore. And I think he perfectly encapsulates just like kind of that Midwestern, suburban, everyman type of dad, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
And I want you to guess, because I looked this up. How old was Richard Dreyfuss when they made this movie?
22. No, I'm kidding. He's probably like 28.
I was going to say like 30.
Yeah, he was about 28. Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's in his mid-30s, maybe older.
Man, the invention of creatine and like
I know.
gyms, just
Botox, veneers.
Yeah.
biotin just killed the everyday man.
We need to bring it back, honestly. We need to bring back the guys that just look like dudes and don't are on every steroid known to man and absolutely ripped. And
Well, it's kind of like Jasmine, you watch Euphoria, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like when Richard Gere's son just popped up and for an episode, everyone was just like, "Holy shit, look at this guy!"
Yeah.
He's just like looks like a guy.
yeah, right.
But everyone's like,
Yeah.
I need him. It's just like, okay, he's like not ripped,
Mhm.
not like conventionally hot, but it's just like, yeah,
He's just a guy.
He's a dude.
it's
Yeah.
just a guy.
Yeah. Bring more of that back.
Yeah.
Jasmine, what worked for you?
Ooh, I have so many notes, guys. I love this movie.
Okay.
What works is, first off, sound design.
Yes, I have this.
Like, capital exclamation point, the sound design in this is one of the best I've ever heard. And the way it's used, like music as like a language, like a bridge of language, genius.
Really
Genius. I do think this movie has like a sense of wonder about it as well. It's like restrained and ambiguous, which like it has an almost spiritual feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the sense of wonder just is so well encapsulated in this film, and using aliens for that, it works.
Mhm.
I have a few more, but I don't want to keep
does.
listing.
That's what Spielberg does well, though, right? That's what
Yeah,
he's best at, is
100%.
injecting his films with a sense of wonder and a sense of,
Yep.
something beyond what we're seeing.
Magic
It's-
almost.
Yeah, a sense of magic is a great way to put it, and it's on full display here.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
One of the things that I was most impressed with is like the first 20 minutes of this movie, they hook you.
Yeah.
Between like the opener of what's going on with these planes in the desert and all that stuff, directly into air traffic control, directly into Barry being like and all the toys going crazy. That's electric stuff, man, and it's so mysterious. It's like, what's going on? I need to understand what's actually happening here. It's really cool. It's really well done, and it's so I loved how with the air traffic control scene too, that it was that they had it from that perspective, and they didn't try and do some special effects with the pilots or whatever, because then I think it would have been too cheesy. The fact that it's we're just hearing about what's happening from these guys that are also just hearing about what's happening is it's like I'm hooked. I'm in. It's great.
Yeah.
I also but when we do go to special effects stuff, I think it looks really good. The alien ships are really well done. And this is 1977. Star Wars has just come out. Like, that technology for visual effects had just been invented. So this is really cool stuff.
I agree.
Yeah.
Something that I really liked is kind of stepping away from more of the technical side. I really liked how there's this huge emphasis on the importance of listening.
Yeah.
And almost every person or everything is trying to get someone to listen to something, and it's on like that other person to reciprocate, basically. Obviously you have like the music motif that just is constantly playing throughout, You have the messages that are kind of being put into the heads of the people who come into contact with the UFO, with the mountain. But then you see too, like they start seeing the mountain too, just kind of like in their day-to-day stuff. I forget what scene it was. I think it was just like with Jill, Barry, and Roy. The mountain is just kind of being formed out of like clay or dirt or something, and Roy's just kind of looking at it. He's like,
that was Roy trying to take apart the mountain and then making the actual mountain out of it. Was really cool.
And then it's just like you can probably extrapolate that too into like going back to like the family dynamics of like, this family is just trying to be heard by Roy, but more so I think it's just that communication level between just people and things, I guess.
So you mentioned it too. The music and the using the 5 tones was really interesting, but the music in general, this film's score is amazing.
Yeah.
It's, Jasmine, to your point about the sense of wonder, the score lends to that so well, where there are scenes where it's literally feels like it's mystical or magical, that the score is just telling you everything you need to know about how these characters are feeling. And then the tones, John Williams wrote more than 300 different examples of the 5 tones before they settled on the ones that are in the movie. I mean, that's just incredible work.
It is.
And the fact that they chose to make it 5 tones because there's actual mathematical reasons for it, and then incorporating at the very end of the movie, When You Wish Upon a Star, into the orchestral score of the film, because again, that's something that Spielberg was inspired by, in that sense of wonder, is just brilliant filmmaking. It's good stuff. I'm just every time I hear something from John Williams, I just am further blown away by how good it is. I think I mentioned this a little bit, but I love the focus of this movie is, yes, it's a movie about aliens, but it's really a movie about family. That's really smart. It's just a great way to frame everything so that you're not like, oh, another alien movie, and it really takes the focus from, before this movie, it was all about like alien invasion, aliens are coming, they're gonna kill us, they're gonna get us, whatever, and now it's, well, that maybe the aliens aren't so bad, but really the people that we have to worry about are the humans. It's kind of interesting, pretty neat.
I wonder how many movies of his you can do that to as well.
So many.
Yeah.
Like, even you could probably make, I mean, Jaws
it's gonna come up
about,
again in E.T.
Yeah, but like even Jaws, like you can say that there's like the whole family dynamic there about it's a chief trying to do everything to protect his sons.
Yeah, and the real villains of Jaws are the greedy
people,
townspeople. The mayor who wants to keep the beaches open. E.T. is the human government agents who want to experiment on the alien.
Yeah.
It keeps going. Raiders of the Lost Ark are the Nazis.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So, changing gears a little bit, something that Spielberg does really well that always gets me is how good he is with extras and large set pieces. The scene at the train station is just, we don't get scenes like that anymore, where there's just hundreds of extras in a scene. They're all doing something. They're all, and it feels alive. But there is no one that does that better than Spielberg. I mean, going all the way back to Sugarland, where, you had the scenes of the giant motorcade of cop cars chasing the
and like the parades, even
right,
when like everyone's trying to reach into the cars.
Yep, it's just all amazing stuff. He's so good at that. The D-Day scene in Saving Private Ryan is another, like, how do you get hundreds and hundreds of extras to be on the same page? I mean, it's incredible work. Okay, what else did you guys like?
I have like my other like major thing is Richard Dreyfuss's like obsessive fixation is played with total sincerity, and like that to me is what actually made it believable. Because I mean, you got to know he's risking quite literally everything here, and I appreciate that because, like you said, you know, it comes from his real life experience, and I think that if you think about young Spielberg trying to reconcile what happened with his own family and playing this character with like, or giving this character so much like sincerity to him, like he, you know, isn't doing it because like out of malice or anything. It's out of genuine, like, yeah, it's
something that we don't understand. And I think that's points back to Spielberg's perspective of like, he as at that age, he never understood why his parents split up. And it really broke him in this kind of way. And so to everyone else in this movie, Roy's obsession with finding the alien and finding the mountain and all of that stuff, no one gets it. And that's really Spielberg saying like, I don't know why he left. And that's what, again, it's what makes the ending so brilliant. Cause it's like, you look at it and they're like, I wouldn't make that choice. I don't understand why Roy is making that choice, but this is a choice that he made. And that's Spielberg again saying, I don't understand why my dad left. And I mean, it's brilliant filmmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like that in that scene of like when he's kind of just having his breakdown. It's kind of more played of like it's the obsession is more of like an illness than just him consciously making the choice. Because again, it goes back to like, it's inexplainable why he needs these answers. He's seeing these visions. And again, like you're saying, it goes back to why Spielberg can't explain why.
At the time. Now we see The Fabelmans comes out however many years later, and it completely flips the perspective.
Yeah.
Because he's understood why by that point in his life. But being 27 or 28 making this movie, it's totally understandable for him to be like, my parents got divorced. It wrecked me as a kid and I don't get it. And then as a 70-year-old, he's like, I understand it now. It's so cool to watch. It's one of my favorite connections between movies.
Now, I'm going to make something that a comparison that's very much on like batshit crazy levels.
Okay.
Here we go.
Is Spielberg kind of like Batman in the sense of like something happened to his parents that is like his driving motivation that he just could not get past?
Yes.
And eventually like, okay, I'm glad like I had the thought and it's not
that's
completely
something
crazy.
No,
that's
it's
good.
every movie of his is about his parents. That's E.T., that's Jaws, that's Last Crusade. Indiana Jones' Last Crusade is about Spielberg and his dad. And his wish to be reunited with his father. You know, every movie is like that. So yes, you're not wrong.
Okay. Spielberg, if you're listening, congrats, you're Batman.
Yeah. You're not supposed to out him like this, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll forgive you.
Well, once Matt Reeves drops the GIF, then it's out there.
I mean, it's a good comparison, but it's so true that like Spielberg makes many movies over the course of his career about his relationship with his parents, and then decides I'm going to make a movie that's actually about my relationship with my parents when he makes The Fabelmans.
Because the whole point, this might have been your review, Jasmine, but someone made the point, it's like men would rather just get abducted by aliens than go to therapy.
Yep. No, literally, that was my review. Thank you.
Yeah. And it's kind of like Spielberg would rather make 40 movies about the demise of his parents' relationship than just go to therapy.
And this is his therapy.
Yep.
And you know what, to his credit,
he's really good at it.
Yeah.
It's really fucking good.
Listen, maybe therapy is not the most effective way of dealing with your trauma.
Maybe he went to therapy when he was really young, one of those art therapists who was like, listen, draw this picture. And he was like, heard.
I get it now. I will do this the rest of my life.
Yep.
Yeah. Aaryn is a social worker. She's learning all different ways of helping people process trauma. That is one of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe she's gonna help the next Spielberg.
That would be sick. Let's change gears a little bit. Because this is just like a little one that I wanted to call out. Getting Francois Truffaut in your movie at 27, major flex, super cool. It's pretty sick.
I mean, look at it now. It's like Kane Parsons got Renato Reinsve.
Yeah.
I never know how to pronounce his name, but
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah,
That's how you say it. I thought it was
Ejiofor.
I thought it was Chiwetel.
Nope.
I always say, I'm not even going to try out.
That's all right.
Like, just crazy pull for a 20-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then crazy pull for Spielberg at 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get one of the most famous French New Wave directors ever, who made some of the best movies of all time. It's like, can you just be in my movie as a French scientist? We're not even going to subtitle your dialogue. We're just going to make a guy translate for you. It's like, fine, I'll do it. It's pretty sick. I also had, just in general, the last 50 minutes of the movie are electric. As soon as they get to the military base, and then they get to the landing zone with like, they get to the landing zone with like 40 minutes left in the movie.
Yeah.
And it goes by so fast.
So fast.
Because you're just
Agreed.
locked in.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have for what works? Have we touched on it all?
For me,
Pretty much.
nothing else I want to bring up.
Okay.
Like,
I
just
ahead.
have some other just general things. Like, Spielberg is just insanely good at blocking again, but we've touched on it. But like how he framed the missing plane stuff as they run to a plane, then they run to a new plane. And it's kind of like we're discovering how many planes there are.
Yeah.
Really cool shit.
Oh yeah.
And just cool set pieces as well. Like, everything just kind of felt like a painting, like out on like Jill's kind of plane.
Mm-hmm. So I've got a new category, a new thing that I'm introducing for the pods. I'm calling it your favorite thing about this movie, tentatively. So essentially what I envision this is the one thing about that's in this movie that just always gets you. So for example, Connor, any movie that has a shark in it, you're like, I'm in.
Yeah.
So this is the aspect of this movie where whenever it happens in a movie, you're like, I'm in. Maybe I'll call it the I'm in moment. But for me, it's any time a movie where the main character just has an absolute public freak out in front of all the friends and neighbors. I'm in. It's just good stuff, man. It's just I'm locked in when that happens.
I like that.
So I don't expect you guys to have anything off the top of your head, but if you do, feel free to share. But we'll keep this going forward.
I mean, Spielberg's name being attached, I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even need anything in the movie. It says Spielberg, I'll watch it.
Yeah. There was a very specific moment at the end when they're communicating with the ships where one of them just did like a little spin as it was communicating back, and I thought that was just adorable, and I was like, oh, I'm getting emotional.
That's good stuff.
Like my heart.
Okay, let's go to what doesn't work, and talk about some of the things we didn't particularly like. I'll start you with this: the stuff in the desert with the translators and Francois Truffaut and all of that whole storyline, I don't really care about. I could do without.
That's fair. I don't think it changes the movie.
It doesn't. And to me, it just kind of slows the pace down a little bit. And I'm way more intrigued by Roy Neary and his story than I am about them discovering the planes and the ship and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a cooler mystery too if we didn't know about any of the government stuff and Roy had just been hearing about the quarantine zone and was like, I have to go, and then met up with Jillian and they got captured. And then the government at that point is like, oh yeah, we know everything.
Yeah.
We know what's going on. Or they discover the landing zone and then they're like, holy shit, they actually know what's happening here. What's going on, versus getting all of that backstory. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, I like Truffaut's character a lot, so I'm glad that he had more to do.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you could have worked him in if we go with your route.
Yeah. So another one that I have too is just Roy's descent into madness happens really fast.
Yeah.
A lot faster than I remember on rewatch, where it's like all of a sudden he's just full crazy. I could have used like 2 or 3 more scenes of him kind of starting to get obsessed, but not quite at like crazy level yet.
Mhm.
But that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys have?
One thing is, and I know we've talked about like what the real like personal thing for Spielberg is behind this movie, but just it almost feels like the romanticizing Roy completely abandoning his family.
Mm.
I'm like, you got kids, plural,
Yeah.
and a wife, and you're in the desert making out with not your wife.
Yeah, I have that up. That kiss between the two of them, I was like, I'm out. I'm not it.
Yeah.
That's not
I
for
didn't-
me.
That actually like genuinely bothered me because I
It
don't
did.
think it's necessary. They don't need to have a romantic relationship to understand that like the two of them are locked in on this together.
Yeah.
It's not really earned because it's not like they had to go. I mean, yeah, they went through like climbing this mountain together, but it's not like they were ostracized by like their community for believing that there was like aliens and no one else did.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we're just here at this place at the same time.
Right.
Kiss
I
me.
also feel like it completely closes the door on him like having this like moment where he sees that all this stuff that he's been, thinking about is real, but he can't go back to his family at
Mhm.
any point. Like as soon as they like kiss, I'm like, oh, so your wife, your kids, okay, that's never been in the plan for you to ever return in any way.
Yeah.
Like it completely closes like the path back. And I know like by the end, like,
He's kind of already
obviously-
locked in what he's gonna do, but
yeah. But
It's-
even just like he can't even send them a letter, and I would be mad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's like it was just the one step that took me out just a little bit from believing that this person who built a whole life and family could just do that. Like
Mhm.
I get it, like feeling like there's a higher power type thing, but then when that's involved, it's like, come on.
Yeah, it's the same thing that happens in The Rise of Skywalker with the kiss
Mhm.
between Rey and Kylo Ren, where it's like this is kind of a cheap way to show these two characters are connected in a deeper way through trauma or through what it is. Just not necessary to me. It's just like a cheap way to visually show that, but it goes against that character because like Roy is not like a I'm ruining my family on purpose kind of guy. Like
Yeah.
when Ronnie leaves, he's begging them to stay.
Literally.
And like jumps on the car, like he doesn't want them to leave. To then like 20 minutes later to have this moment with Jillian, I was like, maybe not.
Yeah, and I feel like it's visually represented well enough. They're hiding behind the rock together. Like we already lost
Yeah.
all the extra little characters that they like picked up along the way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you could see like it's these two, these
Mhm.
two, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Speaking of that too, I was not a fan of how Ronnie and the kids left the movie and just never came back.
yeah.
I wish Ronnie was a great character, and I wish we had gotten more. It's like halfway through the film, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and I just
Yeah.
wish there was more.
I mean, like maybe I don't know where you put them back though.
Mhm.
I think if
'Cause,
I
like-
were to remake this movie, which I would never, but again, I would cut the scenes of the government finding and all of the stuff in the desert and all of that stuff, and make 3/4 of the movie or a solid 2/3 of the movie about Roy and his family, and have more scenes of them interacting, so you can still have that moment of they leave the film at that time, but it happens a little bit later and we've had more time to connect with them, and then the mystery of the government conspiracy comes in after that.
Mhm.
Like we
Okay.
find out, oh, the government's been setting this up and they've been learning about this, and they know when the quarantine zone is fake and it's all about this alien landing, and that's why that they're obsessed with going there. I think that's a better direction to put the movie versus showing all of that stuff happening and
Mhm.
losing that time with Roy and Ronnie and the family.
Okay. I think, yeah, if you recut it, I could see it, but how it's currently constructed, once they leave, there's no place to kind of put them
No,
back.
I agree. I agree. I just think it happens too early in the movie.
Yeah. Well, speaking of kind of showing too much, I don't like that they show the UFOs as much as they do.
Oh, interesting.
Leading up to it, I kind of wish that they had taken the Jaws approach. Maybe you just see the lights.
Yeah.
Kind of lead it into like, what am I? What is this thing that's outside my truck, outside my house? And then you have like the big reveal at the government base that it is a UFO, and then you get the bigger reveal that there is a mothership that is ginormous.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not that, I mean, the design is cool and all, but like, I think there's a little. I think if you don't see the UFO, you could play into the fact that Roy might actually just be going delusional.
Yeah, I think that's exactly
and tearing his family up for nothing.
Yeah, it's a great point. And it is like, it does get a little heavy-handed in that way of like, how are people, at this point, how do people not believe that there's aliens? But if you don't show it, I mean, one of the best scenes in the movie is when Barry gets abducted and we don't see anything. We just see flashing lights and the house appliances going crazy.
Yeah. And then you have like the whole scene of them at the government building, and then they're just like, well, there's 6 million cameras and everyone's taking like 20 million like shots a day. How has there never been a camera shot? It's like, you're kind of like, you have your cake of seeing the UFOs, but then you can't also have a scene of them being like, well, we're trying to tell you they don't exist. I get it, but it's just like, play into the mystery of it a bit more.
Yeah. Totally agree. I think that's a great point. We should just remake this movie. Oh God. I would never do that. I would never. Another thing that just it's more of a product of movies from the 70s, but this is a very slow and methodical film at times, and you can feel it in certain moments. Spielberg has a real tendency to make all of his movies 2.5 hours long, and sometimes they don't need to be that long. That's just my general opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, this it is a little slow moving at times. Okay, I've got some nitpicks, but is there anything else that you guys wanted to touch on before we jump into that part of it?
No.
I also have my nitpicks.
Okay.
Well, okay. I'll get into the one tiny thing. I know we mentioned before the pacing, but I think for me it just feels procedural over like narrative. And I think that's my like main issue with it, because like I can take like, you know, uneven pacing, especially in like a Spielberg movie, like it's if I'm locked in, right? But at times I feel like I notice it and it feels like they're just like going through the like beats rather than it being like the story, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, nitpicks. I've got a couple. I'll start with this one because this was more general. I don't particularly care for the design of the aliens.
Yep. So this was leading into my hot take. So
okay, so I'll save my full thoughts, but I find them, to looking back on it, a little stereotypical. But I'll leave that for your hot take. Bob Balaban, who plays the translator for Truffaut's character, looks a lot like Richard Dreyfuss with a beard, and it kind of throws me off a few times in this movie. Really inconsequential, but there's a couple times where I was like, what is Richard Dreyfuss doing in this scene? And he's not. He looks like Dreyfuss in Jaws, where he's got the beard. I don't know. That's just me. And then I also the neighborhood that Roy lives in with all the brick houses, ugly. Hate it. Cannot stand that neighborhood.
To middle America, brother.
Yeah. I don't like all of the brick houses though. Give me regular house looking houses. The brick houses are kind of ugly. Connor, what are your nitpicks? Are you good over there?
Yeah, there's a screw loose in my chair. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Okay.
So I have some positive nitpicks too. So I guess
okay.
like some small things that didn't necessarily go into what works, but like some things I just wanted to highlight. So I'll start
Okay.
with those. Well, starting with actually, I like the way that he portrayed like Middle America, like just
Yes.
everything compact.
Yes.
Specifically like Roy's fit. It was like the baseball tee with the jorts.
Yeah.
Incredible fit.
Good stuff,
Like,
man.
That is awesome. He nailed the way like little kids sleep too, because like I remember like falling asleep, it's like the little girl was just like hunched up like a caterpillar, and then like one of the kids is like half off the bed. Like I've slept like that like countless nights growing up.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that he stuck the Jaws theme into
I did hear it. Yes.
when when they're communicating with the mothership. So I see you, big dog.
Yep.
But for the nitpicks, I feel like Jill is kind of liable for Barry getting taken. Why do you have a doggy door when you don't have a dog? Patch that shit up.
Yeah, and a small child. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
You were
dog, small
asking
child,
for-
have doggy door. Sure.
Yeah. Cover it up.
That's a good point.
I get that people were a little distracted, big alien ship, but Roy and Jill just walked down into this highly secure area where like the aliens are. Feel like someone should have just been like,
Hey, what
where's
are you
your
doing?
clearance? Yeah. Come with me right now.
Yep.
And to that point, when he's selected to be like part of the group, they just had like a custom suit made for him already.
Nice.
But they didn't have sunglasses for him. I noticed that. Every other volunteer had like the suit and sunglasses. He did not have the sunglasses.
That's funny.
I'd be like, oh, where are my aviators? That's it.
Fair.
Okay, best moments. Here we go. The crowd following the archaeologist in the desert. Excellent structure, excellent blocking, great shot. The child getting abducted, little Barry getting abducted. I love the mashed potatoes scene. And then immediately we get the split diopter shot of both the dad and the son having a breakdown. And then almost immediately going to the crybaby scene is an amazing sequence. Escaping the military base, and then the UFO landing, and then reciting the tone of the alien ships and the mothership coming down are all just electric. But what do we got? What do you guys got?
For best scene,
Yes,
I
best moment.
have obviously the contact scene at the Devil's Tower. That's, I mean, as soon as, for me, I don't think there's any comparing like seeing the lights and the sounds at the same time.
Yeah, true.
That's it. But the split diopter shot is great.
The split diopter is really cool.
Yeah, that's like one of the ones I like fully remember.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Connor, any other choices?
Yeah. Rediscovering the plains in the desert. I did like that scene. More so just the technical side of it.
Yep.
Air traffic control scene. I thought that was pretty tense too. I also liked how, like you said earlier, they shot it from just their perspective. Roy's first encounter with the UFO. There's a bit of wonder as well as the terror with it. What else do I got? Roy collecting things to make his devil tower in the street.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That's a good scene.
And then the mothership reveal. So yeah, contact.
Cool. I think it ends up being contact, but I also like the Barry getting abducted scene. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay, Connor, it's your choice category. What do you got?
So I have two, and I want to ponder. I want to ask the room.
Okay.
Which would you prefer? I have a casting call or what happens the next day?
Do what happens the next day, because I have casting call I have a whole bunch listed out for later.
I have
Yeah,
what
'cause-
happens the next day, so we'll both have
So
our versions.
There you go. Boom.
Let's
do
go.
Okay. Because for my casting call, I only wanted to talk about for Roy. So
it. Okay.
that's fair. So what happens the next day? I have Jill and Robbie are locked up because they have seen too much, and Robbie specifically is going to get tested on because they're like, "You've been in space. What the hell happened?" And then Roy is probed and experimented on by his new alien overlords.
They're actually malicious aliens.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ronnie is happy and finds a new lover.
Lovely.
I hope so.
Yeah. Terry Gard deserves it. What happens the next day, Jasmine?
Disclosure day. But really,
Okay.
70 years later.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
I don't know. I still feel like it's possible.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good stuff. All right, let's talk about the Oscars. So this movie was nominated for 9 Academy Awards, winning 2 of them. So I'll run you through what it was nominated for. It was nominated for Best Director for Spielberg, Best Supporting Actress for Melinda Dillon as Jillian, Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography win for Vilmos Sigmund, Best Film Editing, Best Original Score, Best Sound, Best Visual Effects, and a Special Achievement Oscar that it won for for sound effects editing. So it's not bad. It could have won some other places. How this movie didn't get a Best Picture nomination with 9 Academy Award nominations, beyond me. Don't get it.
What else was nominated that year? You have it?
I do. So this year, Annie Hall wins Best Picture, which is, I know it was popular at the time, but like, The Goodbye Girl, which was a phenomenon, and it is actually the film that Richard Dreyfuss won Best Actor for, was in The Goodbye Girl. Julia was nominated, Star Wars was nominated, and The Turning Point was nominated. I mean, there are 3 movies in that list that you can toss for Close Encounters.
Yeah.
I mean, Julia kind of swept some of these acting awards.
Yeah.
So not
Both,
bumping that one
Best
out.
Supporting Actor and Actress went to Julia. Best Actress went to Annie
Screenplay.
Hall.
I don't think you can bump that one out.
Which one?
Julia won Best Adapted Screenplay. I don't think you can bump that one out.
Yeah. Well, get The Turning Point out of there. The
That's
Turning
fine.
Point you can toss. Or The Goodbye Girl. Like, I know it was popular for the time, but like, it's Close Encounters that we're talking about. This was 9 Academy Awards. Spielberg was nominated for Best Director, and like, nah. All 4 other Best Director noms. Woody Allen for Annie Hall, Fred Zinnemann for Julia, George Lucas for Star Wars, and Herbert Ross for The Turning Point. So then they were just like, let's just give it to The Goodbye Girl instead of the other like Best Director nominee, Steven Spielberg. Travesty. Absolute travesty.
Hold on. Was Sidney Lumet not nominated for Network?
That was 76. I thought. No, was it 70? No, 76. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. My year. I hate that the Oscars are like 1 year. Like,
Yes, they're 1
it
year
throws me
ahead.
so off.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of a weird year. I don't get it. I also think Dreyfuss probably should have been nominated for this performance for Best
Yeah.
Actor, but I get that he was nominated for Goodbye Girl and won for Goodbye Girl.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think you probably could have also put him in for this, but that's okay. That's less egregious.
Yeah.
Okay, Heat Check. The best performance by a one-scene character. I'm just going to say Carrie Guffey as Lil Barry. That's
I
what
like
got.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have one.
Okay.
So I'll go with yours.
Spielberg
I
just
just
has a
put
way of
Pit.
getting good performances from child actors.
100%.
I had the Piano Man.
The Piano
Whoever
Man.
was-
Oh,
whoever was
yes.
playing the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy
I-
Joel.
Billy Joel's in this movie.
Whoa! Okay, Connor, it's your category. The Connor Jameson, would this
I-
movie be better with a
oh.
shark in it? category?
Um,
Would Close
you
Encounters be better with a shark?
Could you imagine if like they opened like the hatch like at the end in the mothership and like a shark just popped out?
Honestly, that would be the worst thing that could happen.
It'd be terrible. But like, could you imagine just like,
That'd be
hey,
wild.
hey, we kind of picked this one up over like the Atlantic.
Sharks flopping.
Just take this.
That's pretty funny.
Listen, if Spielberg was a real one, he would have put this in the Jaws universe, and like, there's maybe that should have been my category. This should have taken place in the Jaws universe, and Dreyfuss, after surviving his encounter with Bruce, moves to Muncie, Indiana, as landlocked as you can get.
Yeah.
And is still hunted by the shark.
Okay.
That's good stuff. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's do the modern day recast, because that's what I have next. So we're recasting Roy, Ronnie, Jillian, and Lacombe. So for Roy, what do you got? Who wants to start?
I'm going to say mine, and I'm just going to let you know I made the rest of the cast match this vibe. Okay.
We might have the same one.
I like this guy. I think he can do it. Robert Pattinson.
Okay, so we're going really hot.
No, I'm thinking
Never
scruffy,
mind.
like ugly Robert Pattinson, okay?
Ah.
Like rough. Like let's make
exist.
him
Sorry.
No, but let's make him a little grimy, you know? Just a little
Could you
bit.
imagine the voice he'd have?
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm assuming you guys saw the primetime
I did.
trailer.
I did.
That
Pattinson,
That
man,
one of
guy.
the best,
putting in work.
one of the best voices we got going.
Yeah.
His
Okay.
work in The Boy and the Heron is unparalleled. It's so good.
Good
I
stuff.
mean, the Devil of Our Time was not like great, but that is like a Hall of Fame voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Performance.
100%.
Illusions.
Illusions.
Okay, Connor, what did you have for Roy?
Jasmine, I thought we were going to be one of the same. I had Paul Dano.
Oh, yeah, no,
Ooh.
that's a great choice.
Oh, the Batman connection is there.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Just take
Also
that
the
cast.
Spielberg connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's good. I
Yeah,
like that.
already played his dad once. Just do it
Do
again.
it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went with I like the Paul Dano pick probably a little bit more than my pick, but I was similarly trying to go someone that had kind of like the everyman feel to it. It was like kind of a nice guy, you know, looked like a pretty decent dude, and then could descend into madness. I went with Elijah Wood.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's good.
yeah,
He's little, but he's good.
yeah. Well,
Mouse boy.
yeah. Okay, for Ronnie, I needed someone who could just be powerful, so I went with Carey Mulligan.
That's good.
Good one.
Yeah,
I did Rose Byrne.
it's another good one.
Interesting.
Similarly played a mom
Yeah.
just recently.
I had Allison Brie.
It's a good pick.
Another good one.
It's a good pick. Okay, and then for Jillian,
I also picked someone who recently played a mom, but someone who best did Rose Byrne. I picked Jessie Buckley.
okay.
There you go.
I went with just a popular actress today that I think is putting in really great work, Samara Weaving. Again, very powerful.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I like her with Elijah Wood too.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
And they just did Ready or Not, or what is it? What is the one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ready or Not to.
Ready or
Ready or
Not
Not
to, Here I
to.
Come.
Okay. Yeah, they just did that together. So there you go.
Yeah. I did Riley Keough.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally, Lacombe. Here we go.
Yeah, I have Mads Mikkelsen.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. I went with someone who has played this sort of scientist type in the past, and is in the news, and we've already talked about him. It's Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of removing the French aspect of it all, but I also wasn't really too keen on just finding a random French actor that I really don't know. So I was like, you know what? he convincingly played a scientist in 2012, and he's got that vibe. So I'm rocking with Chiwetel.
I went with Daniel Bruhl.
I like
We
Yeah.
can still go foreign.
Yeah.
Just maybe
like
German instead.
There you go. Okay. Casting call. So I had this, Connor. I will let you talk about, because I know what you're going to talk about, and I have it written down here. So why don't you talk about the thing that you're going to talk about?
Yeah. So I had to pull it back up. So specifically for Roy.
Yeah.
Steve McQueen was Spielberg's first choice, but he didn't want to do it because he couldn't cry on command, even though he was very impressed with the script. But James Caan, Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino, Gene Hackman, Jack Nicholson all declined, but Nicholson did it for scheduling conflicts, and De Niro also was considered. But specifically why I wanted to talk about this was because he was working on this while he was doing Jaws, which obviously Dreyfuss was working with Spielberg on. And Dreyfuss was basically just like campaigning for himself while working on Jaws. He was just like, he would just walk by Spielberg's office and be like, Al Pacino isn't funny like me. Jack Nicholson's too crazy. He would just like walk by and just like shit talk every other competitor. And then finally Spielberg was just like, okay, dude, fine. You got it.
Oh my god.
Just broke him down. It's great stuff, man.
Yeah. Like he did help like come up with some ideas for Close Encounters, but it is just funny to think that he was just like, yo, Gene Hackman don't got it like me, man. You want to see a pathetic man cry in the shower? I got you.
I can do it. Don't worry, Steve.
Hey, show me a picture of your dad. Don't I look like him?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw that and I was like, that's amazing. It's good stuff. The only other casting call I had, so I had all of that stuff about the stuff for Roy. The other one that I had was just for Ronnie. Meryl Streep and Amy Irving were also auditioned for Ronnie before I went to Terry Garr. This movie with Meryl Streep in it, I think, is just electric. Meryl Streep's just a goat. And Amy Irving, too, is really great.
Mm-hmm.
So my choice category... Oh, I just went back a page. Okay, my choice category is a new one that we haven't done on the pod yet. This is the Wayne's World Gratuitous Product Placement Award.
I almost did that one.
Because there are multiple instances of great product placement. So Spielberg doesn't necessarily do like paid product placement, but he puts in brands and things into his worlds, into his movies, because it makes it feel more real. So I'm just going to read some of the things that are in this movie. McDonald's just has a prominent scene of guys pulling into McDonald's and a very prominent shot of the McDonald's sign and then loses power for no reason. Similarly, immediately after McDonald's is a Shell station that also loses power. And no reason for them to be in that. Coca-Cola has, as the government is gearing up to go do their conspiracy, they put Coca-Cola signs on the side of a truck and then also reveal a Baskin-Robbins truck immediately after that. No reason for that to happen, but they did. There's a very, very prominent scene where Roy has built his giant mountain in his house. And then the camera pans down and there's a Budweiser sitting perfectly on the table facing the camera. And then a Budweiser commercial comes on TV. It's like, what are we doing here, Roy?
Yeah.
What are we doing here, Steve? And then finally, the next morning after the family wakes up and before Roy starts building his giant tower, Looney Tunes is playing on TV. And I just think it's fun that Spielberg does this. You know, he becomes very famous for it in E.T. with Reese's Pieces, but like he just throws brands into his movies. I just think it's a lot of fun. And we don't get to talk about product placement as much. So that was just fun to throw in there. Okay, hot takes. What do we got?
Mine is that Roy wasn't chosen. There we go. he's just having a midlife crisis. Could have happened to anyone having a midlife crisis, and he just made it his destiny and used it as a way to justify leaving his wife and kids.
I want to add on a point onto that. It wasn't his destiny. He was just the only one without sunglasses. So the aliens are the only one. He's the only face they could see.
Yeah.
Fair. That's good stuff. Okay, Connor, what is yours?
So I have 3. So,
Okay.
first one is pretty tame. This is probably the most influential alien movie of its time, just because you can see its fingerprints on every other alien movie that comes out after it. Had he wanted to, Spielberg was like 1 or 2 changes away from making maybe the greatest alien horror movie of all time. If he just cut out the whimsy and the wonder, he could have just made Jaws in space, basically, or Jaws in with aliens. But the one that I've been kind of alluding to, don't show the aliens. You don't need them. It kind of just ruined it for me, seeing like actual, like, just people in suits.
Yeah, the alien designs themselves, it's just like, you know, I think they're like children in alien costumes. It's kind of lame, I'm not gonna lie. The claymation was pretty cool for the alien, but also the design, it's just kind of lame. Would have preferred if we didn't see them, or maybe we just saw the silhouettes, like just at like the scenes where they're peeking through the crowd and you see like little glimpses of it. I think that's really cool, but I don't need the rest of it.
Like, it's a UFO. I know a human's not walking out like, yeah, this is my ship.
Yeah, right.
Like, I get it. It's an alien ship.
Yeah. Okay, my hot take is I think that this movie and not Jaws is what cements Spielberg as a Hollywood mainstay. So Jaws is obviously kind of what puts him on the map, but if he doesn't make Close Encounters directly after Jaws and is like, hey, I'm here, like I'm the man, then we don't get any number of movies that he's able to make, because he's thought more of as a one-hit wonder. Because after this, he does 1941, and that's a bomb. That movie sucks. So if he doesn't make Close Encounters, it's kind of like that guy that made Jaws, you know, and it's and not this guy's going to revolutionize what movies are for the next 30 years.
Yeah. It's either the director of Jaws or Spielberg.
Yeah,
so this made him Spielberg.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, all right, coming down towards the end here, paying homage, there's a couple moments of this movie that are direct references to other things. We've already talked about one of them. The inclusion of When You Wish Upon a Star from Pinocchio was an intentional choice because that film inspired Spielberg. And also Pinocchio was the movie that the Nelly family, or that Roy and his family were going to go see, was Pinocchio. But a more interesting homage is that the sequence in India that has the shot of the hands pointing up to the sky closely echoes a shot in the Babel sequence of Metropolis, which is really interesting. So I just thought that was really cool. Is this movie ruined by technology?
I think Roy does not get lost if he has ways, and maybe the aliens don't mark him.
Yeah, true. I can agree with that. I don't think this movie, though, is really much different. I think it's cooler with technology. Honestly.
What if it was like a DJ table instead of a piano?
That would suck. That would be awful. Yeah. Just like
someone's mixtape.
No thanks. Pass. Okay. It's never been cooler. It's a fan favorite category, a cast favorite category here on the pod. So it's never been cooler. Men who abandon their families in the name of science.
I feel like it happens so often in movies.
It does. I don't know if they did it in The Thing, but I'm sure they did it in Alien as well.
Yeah. It may have been the coolest in this. I mean, I like the idea that he went crazy while doing it.
I just don't know if it was cool.
that
Maybe
point is to be
not
debated.
cool.
Okay, alien abductions. It's never been cooler.
Oh, it's been cooler.
It's been cooler.
What's the movie? I keep seeing it on Twitter because one of those like bot accounts keeps posting. I think it's like The Fourth Kind or something. It's like a found footage film of like an alien invasion, but it's like found footage, and it kind of like breaks the found footage for a moment, and it actually like feels real as someone becomes like possessed by an alien.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's maybe a hot take, but I think Nope has the coolest like scene.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
That's
when
pretty
they're abducting, I'm like, yo, this is terrifying.
How about air traffic controllers?
Top Gun.
T.
Summer
so right.
Rental. John Candy. We did that on the pod years ago. How about frantically checking
abductions?
How about frantically checking maps while you're driving?
My dad, circa 2004, 2005.
I think everyone has a story like that. They got the map quest. It's like, where am I turning? I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, not cool. Traumatizing.
Yeah, a little bit. And then last but not least, having a complete mental breakdown in front of the whole neighborhood.
Oh.
Again, I feel like that's been done.
It probably has.
I like it in Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, good pull. Good pull.
Breakdown in front of the full neighborhood.
Well, while you think about that, let's move to prop.
Yeah.
So, what prop are you taking home? Who wants to start? Anyone can start.
I mean, you don't like the way they look. I like the little gray alien thing.
You're taking home an alien.
I want the animatronic puppet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want the alien. My mom would love it. It'd be a great gift.
There you go. I got a couple, but Connor, you can go ahead.
I also had a couple, but the more I think about them, like I don't want Ray's model of the Devil Tower because it's massive and stinky because it's just junky found around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Lacomb's aviators were the other thing, but like I can't use them because I have prescription glasses, so they would only be for aesthetics
On display.
and exactly. And then if I just have like glasses on display back there, they're like, what are those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I have to be like, no. They're like the French scientists from Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Don't worry about it.
See the movie.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, why not take the cooler ones that the volunteers are wearing at the end of the movie? I'm like, they're not cooler. I promise. And then the last thing I had was the stop and be friendly sign.
I had that too.
But like, I could just make that.
Yeah, but it's cool to have it.
So I'm just gonna take that. So you can't.
Okay. Well, I had my main option is still on the board, and that's the mashed potato mountain that that Roy makes. The little one. I want it.
Yeah. That's gonna age so terribly.
If I can guarantee that it will not mold or go bad and not smell, I'll just put it on my shelf.
You're better off taking the McDonald's at that point.
Exactly. I'll take.
I also had any of Roy's marked up newspapers where he's like scribbling and circling about alien stuff. Those are fun.
Oh, no, you know what I'm taking? I'm taking Roy's model train set.
Yeah, that was another option that I had. All right, closing this out, MVP of the movie. I'm going to say Spielberg.
Yeah.
I was going to go John Williams.
Oh, John Williams is a good pick. But I mean, Spielberg, this movie's so personal. I got to go with Spielberg.
Yeah. And I guess Spielberg picked John Williams, so.
That is true.
True.
I'll take the boss.
Go with that.
All right. We've come to the end of the review. We've got to give our scores. Jasmine, I'll start with you. What is your score?
Mine's a solid 4.
A solid 4.
Yeah, just a couple pacing issues. And again, like the whole like I'm leaving my wife and kids and then making out with her. It really just like kind of hurts part of the idea for me. But like you said, it's so influential on all of film and the way it looks, the way it sounds. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's literally like entrancing in that third act. So solid 4, high on that end. But yeah.
Nice. Connor, what about you?
I'm in the same boat with the 4 for pretty much the same reasons. I think, yeah, the pacing does kind of feel off in some points, but I think just the way Spielberg and everyone behind the camera operate is just masterful. Yeah, it's just a great story that really puts the family in focus. So yeah, 4.
I was a little bit higher. I'm going to 4.5. This movie's phenomenal. It's a brilliant film. I had it at a 4 on the first watch. I'm even higher on it on the second watch. Everything about this movie is great. Yes, I have some nitpicks about how some elements can be, changed around, but honestly, watching it is really it's a good time. It's a great drama. It's a great mystery, and it's a great movie about family dynamics that I think only Spielberg could make. So that is where we stand there, and that is going to put us. I lost it. Where did it go?
30th.
That is at 30th on our list, tied with 2 other films, Gone Girl and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Tied. And just above 500 Days of Summer. So sits at that 30th slot. And that is going to do it for this episode of the Film Box Podcast. Next week, we're diving into E.T. the Extraterrestrial. So stay tuned for that. And if you like what you listen to, make sure to follow, subscribe, leave a comment, share it with your friends, do all of that stuff. It lets us know we're doing a good job and lets us know you enjoy what we're making, what you're listening to. You can go to our socials. Those will be linked in the show notes below, including our TikTok. And you can follow Jasmine on TikTok, who's just now right around 11K followers and has been growing at a crazy rate. So it's been really cool to see. So make sure you follow her there. You can also go to our Substack, firstpicturehouse.com, for a weekly newsletter called Real Reflections that I write and other content. Connor's been writing reviews about horror movies, which has been awesome. So you can check those out there, and go to our Letterboxd accounts. You can see what we're watching, when we're watching. You don't have to wait for each episode to see what we've been watching. You can just see what they are right there. You can see all 10 movies that Connor's been watching because he watches a lot. That is going to do it for this episode of the Film Box Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.